This is my first episode on criticism of the Constitution. The ones I have been making are intros. And I would recommend that you watch my previous videos on Nigeria's problem and the problem of post colonial nations, uh, and how I took clash of cultures are the most responsible factor and the biggest factor to their underdevelopment. Uh, Clash of cultures is what they call civil strife. Sometimes it is not usually that, but mostly it is usually that. And people call it tribalism, and how it keeps people poor. But a lot of people have also called it religion. They've called it lack of national identity. Lack of national identity basically means that isn't enough factor to actually unite people together. There is no single identity. It means clash of cultures also. Different cultures, clash of cultures. And some people call it religion. But the thing is that a lot of people who call it religion they do not factor in their own religions. That their own religions too might be responsible for why those religions are behaving the way they are behaving. And when they say it's religion, they usually identify Islam or Christianity, or they say it keeps people docile. It is not. When you look at the work rate of people in businesses and in companies, you see the Christians work as hard as a atheist. At least according to my own experience, this is a subjective view. So it is not about docility when it comes to Nigerian identity, but it is about the clash of cultures. Basically, what is happening in Lagos right now, basically what is happening in Nigeria, tribalism. Let us rotate presidents. Let us choose an Igbo or Yoruba or Hausa as of rep speaker, and let us choose things like that. And the reason why they will not remove a president that violates his the constitutional rights of the president or of the people of his office. So tribalism is responsible for that. Clash of cultures. They say, let my own people finish it. Let my own people finish their own administration. You can do whatever you want under your administration. So these things are things that are responsible for the lack of unison and the inability to pick out identify a problem in Nigeria and many post-colonial nations and actually fix it. Simply stated, it is a disagreement between people's beliefs on the nature of reality, which is in the Constitution. Honestly, it is not that like these provisions are not made available in the Constitution. It tell you that it's possible to impeach a president in Nigeria's Constitution. Inside the Nigerian Constitution, it's possible, but the values are lacking. The values that should have inspired the Constitution in the first place is what is absent. And those set of values are what you call national identity. It's just another name for national identity. The values that unite us as a group in Nigeria is what we call our identity. And it will be from these values that we abstract principles into the Constitution, and we actually set a Constitution on that. It is from these values that we abstract principles and we actually set those in Constitution. And the most important question, like I've said in the previous introduction, is this: who makes the law? Are these God's laws or man's laws? If we say these are God's laws, the nature of human being, what we do not actually factor into it. What we want do not actually factor into the law, but the laws of the Almighty, because rules are handed down from top down in our culture, in at least according to us, in our culture. Rules are handed down. Morality is handed down from the top, from the Messiah down to us, and that is how we actually conduct ourselves. And another question is, where did humans all come from? Because if we say this is from God, we can forgo human nature and what we want and build things on Christianity or religion. And these are the most important questions, these are the most important questions. And what are human attributes? The human attributes that I speak about are things that you might not see as religious, but they are supernatural claims when you actually dig it. You actually dig it. They are supernatural claims when you actually dig it. The idea that some people are born to rule, or that they have the freedom to roam on others' lands, like Fulani. I don't know if born to rule is a Fulani ideology, but yeah, these are actually claims made possible in the religion of Fulani people. We have to understand that Baba Yaga, the world is made of milk. Sorry, not Baba Yaga, that is Hausa. The world is made from distilled from milk, and cows are very important, even more important than humans. These are provisions in their own religion. You have to actually see it. The one that actually happened in Lagos recently, that Igbo people shouldn't come out when it was time to vote. That is actually a supernatural claim itself. That it means Yoruba people are actually unique in a way others are not. And the idea of Igbo people being industrious in a way that others are not. It's also a metaphysical claim. I mean, a supernatural claim. Not metaphysical, is supernatural claim in a way that when you read every book, most book about Igbo people, you see that they always compare themselves to Jews and Jews and Israelis and whatever, being chosen. It's a supernatural claim. So we have to actually explore what are human attributes, where did humans all come from, and who makes the law. And it is from that we abstract morality and ethics. I don't mean that we create new ethics and we create new morality. I'm just saying that we can get rid of the ones that we not serve us now. And once we actually come to conclusion on our morality and ethics, we can actually abstract from that principles on how to be governed. That is the only way that a constitution is possible to be written. It is possible for a constitution to be written. That is the only way. It is impossible to write any reasonable constitution. Otherwise, when people share different morals and ethics, when they feel like they are different people, uniquely different people, and when they think the set of a God or another religion actually created them. So, I will be working mostly on the morality and ethics and how to actually think through it, the tools to actually use to actually think through an objective standard for morality.